of him. Wow. All right, let's continue the show. The party doesn't stop there. I can't wait to get this guy on. Just not only for all the amazing things he does, but just to say this guy's name alone. He is a guitarist extraordinaire. He is the high priest of freaking distortion himself. Let's welcome to the show, Mr. Marzi Montazeri. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, Bay, how you doing, man? Thank you for having me. And congratulations, man, on your landmark.
Thank you, man. Thank you for doing this.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thank you for having me. How you doing? How you feeling tonight? How's it been going?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right.
That's your real name, man? Bay's your real name?
Bay is actually my nickname. My real name is Basso.
You like how I ask you a question and I just interrupt you? So Robert
right.
Plant was walking by and your mom was like, he's like, what's that boy's name? What you going to call him? And she's like, that's Baby Bay. And he's like, baby, baby, baby. Is that where it comes? Is that where that comes from? Are you the inspiration for Babe? I'm going to leave you. God damn it! I never knew this.
Hey man, that's my favorite song, so I'll take it.
I love that song. Yeah, I like anything of that place. Anything.
Hey,
but yeah,
you know, I'm going to tell you something pretty wild too. Like when we talked a few months back, you were telling me how you would, I think it was like the night before or something too, like you had just taken your son, was it, to see Roger Waters?
Woo! Yes, I took my whole family to see Roger Waters. That was an amazing, amazing, amazing show.
That
it was a big, ginormous middle finger to the whole, non-believers. But go ahead.
That inspired. Like was never like a big Waters fan or Pink Floyd fan, but that inspired me to go and actually buy tickets for when he came to Philly. And my wife has always wanted to see him. And after talking to you,
so tell me you went.
Oh, we went. And I'll tell you what,
man.
It was such an amazing show. It truly was.
I'm so fucking happy to hear that. I'm so happy you experienced that. You're right? I mean, don't you wish that all your friends could, see that? That's awesome, man. I'm glad that you got to see that. That's an amazing show, man. Amazing musicians. His message has been the fucking same since day one. So it's just so happens that it's so it's still relevant in this day and age. It's just mankind, It's the oppressor against the regular Joes like us, He hears it. I love him, man. I love his ways and I love what he stands for entirely. Well, not too many people are his big, politically on his side and whatnot, but I am. I really look up to him, and I always have. I think I may have told you that a long, long, long time ago, I accidentally got tickets to go see his. I didn't even know he had a first solo record. I had no idea. Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking. I didn't know. I went to the Houston Summit, which is now it's called Little Lakewood Church, which I'm pretty sure if you guys have been holding up, you've seen some controversy about that church. I totally forgot what I was talking about. The devil stole my mind.
Roger Waters.
I said Lakewood Church. Roger Waters, yeah. I saw that show, and it was mind-boggling, man. It was my first quadraphonic show, and I was like, when sound was coming from around the venue. I never experienced that before, man, ever. So, half the time when the sound would come, my head would turn because I was not, accustomed to, hearing, music on the left and the right and the center, around you, behind you. It was just amazing, man. It was great. But I'm glad you went and experienced that.
Yeah, it was totally awesome, man. It really was. I was shocked. But it was you that
and
inspired me.
You inspired Robert Plant. What's that?
So now, I mean, you're down there, you're in Texas, and you play for the band Heaviest Texas, what people don't know, which I think after this whole situation that you guys have gone through with this Hurricane Harvey and all the work you've been doing, I think you need to change the name of the band to the Heart of Texas, because you truly have been blowing me away with everything you've been doing for the people down there, especially the musicians down in Texas, where you're helping replace equipment that was lost from the floods and all. I mean, dude, truly remarkable, man.
I appreciate it, but man, I tell you, man, I'm minuscule compared to some of the things people are doing out there. I'm just trying to do my part. I haven't really lifted it off the ground quite as well, but I will tell you this: once up and I do help all people that I can through the that are flood victims, I'm going to go ahead and like proceed to keep that alive and just go ahead and help, anybody that's less fortunate that needs a, guitar or a cymbal or something. If I have it, somebody needs it, I'm going to find a way to try to get it in their hands. And I'm, you and I both know there's a lot of people that part away with things, and they have good hearts. So it'd be a cool medium to be able to like just help out. But this thing, man, it's been absolutely horrific, and it's not, just what we've gone through, what people are going through with Irma right now. You look at all the fires in Montana and California. It's like, in India there was a flood. There was just like complete mass devastation, absolutely abroad. So, but the love that, it's just like, I don't know. It brings good people together and it brings bad people together. It seems as though, right. And I mean, it's like a magnet, man. And the love that I see, like I said, man, I'm humbled by your words, but I'm trying to just do my part, man. And I wish I could do more. When I see the animal rescues and stuff, I was trapped where I was at, without a boat, without a raft and stuff like that. Not trapped where I was like water, like literally around me, because I live on a second story building, but apartments. But we were safe, but also paralyzed almost. Because right. You can't get out there to help anybody. I met with a couple of young men that were from the neighborhood where it's just there's a current going through it as we speak, and then both and at one time there was a live current going through it, and it's made the news. But this young man, he's like 25 years old, and his sister wanted him to rescue his cat. So what he had done is go to rescue the cat. And when he got off the boat with his buddy, he stepped on a live wire, and he knew it. He knew it. So his friend came to get him, and he yelled at his buddy, "Don't touch me. Get away from me. I'm dying. Don't, get away, And he saved his buddy's life. But he passed, man. And this is just, and all the, all the animals, it's just like, I personally know friends that have just accidentally, man, their pets by trying to save their lives, by caging up a cat, for instance, to try to save it. And they put it there, and the cat, I guess, freaks out when they come back. It's floating in the water because the cage is in the water. And a lot of people, man, I hear that cages their animals up and left. I mean, come on, man. At least give it some kind of, that is just the most horrific fucking thing, man. And so the thought of all this, and it's not no movie, it's not no story, it's the truth. It's like, it's really, really, when you clean it up, you're looking at, you're not picking up mud off some of these houses. It's sewage lines busted up. You're really completely cleaning crap. And the smell of death in the medium of dead animals is just, it's just insane. And so, and we're still underwater, and they were pumping like water out of a highway here, and there was a sinkhole under it. So it's like, and the traffic has been devastating because of those mishaps on the freeway. So, I live kind of central. And what it would take me normally like on a 10-minute trip, now it's about 2 hours. So it's just kind of like in Texas, we are already kind of like, everybody's just like really edgy. Not everyone. I'm not speaking for everyone. I'm talking about like just the edgy people. The traffic's really bad. It's very aggressive. So now it's just like insane, man. So pray for us, man. Anyway, it's brought about a lot of unity, and I appreciate you bringing that about. And if you don't mind, man, I want to kind of gear this off and talk about Heaviest Texas, because today I had a really, really, really wonderful, and probably one of the longest conversations I've had with Kyle Thomas, who is the vocalist for Heaviest Texas, and he's also the vocalist for Exhorter. We all know Kyle. He's currently, he sings for Trouble, and He's done Alabama Thunder Pussy. Everything he's done has been gold, and I've loved it. Exhorder still to this day is one of my favorite bands ever, like top 5, heavy bands, top 3 heavy bands. The Heaviest Texas record is very, very interesting, man. I really, truly cannot wait for this thing to come out, especially through what we've gone through, what he's gone through Katrina, and the collective kind of like suffering we've both have gone through and have witnessed, but been fortunate enough to have just lost material things and been, spared our lives as artists. I think we're going to contribute in a big way of saying something about it. Just kind of like in the way the Uprising was, the EP with Tim. I had that kind of like something, and it was about one particular thing. This is the next chapter. Nice. And we got a full album coming at you, man. I'm sorry. When?
Any idea when that's going to be coming out?
That's a really good question. So here's where we're at. Dave Biscotti, who I got playing bass, is kind of like next up in the session room, and then Kyle's working his magic as we speak. So it's coming together. I can't tell you. I can't give you a date. I don't even know where I'm at right now. I've been so cooped up inside the house. I don't know what time it is. So I don't know. As soon as we get it done, mixed and mastered, we'll get it right after a couple of months in advance, at least tell people, I don't know. I really don't know. I was going to say September a long time ago, but I'm pretty glad I didn't, because we're still in the process of actually creating it. But it's almost done, man. It's towards the end, Kyle's got to come up with lyrics for a few songs and whatnot, and it's nothing, he's not accustomed with. And, man, it's just thrilling and exciting to just talk to the dude. Something about him, man. Something about Kyle Thomas is like, at my age, with the experience we both had and all the things that we've gone through, man, I feel like I feel like a kid, man. Like a young teenager that's picked up the guitar for the first time. I feel that incredible thrill, that youthful thrill, playing with him. It's completely innocent and, untattered, man. And I'm really looking forward to playing on the road with this guy. And, man, I bet your fucking ass we're touring. I think we talked about this before, babe, about touring, I believe. I think we discussed this last time. For all the curious people out there, when Heaviest Texas puts the album out, we will immediately follow it up with a tour. That's a promise.
And then you got to come to Philly.
I mean, absolutely. That's a no-brainer. Absolutely coming to Philly.
Yeah, that would be.
For me, meanwhile, I mean, for the listener that completely doesn't know who the heck I am, which is understandable, check out MarziMontazeri.com, which is my website. You can also check out Marzi Montazeri on Facebook, Marzi Montazeri on Instagram. Your boy I have an army too, Marzi Army. But yeah, the Marzi Army. It's good to have the armies. In fact, I really, really enjoyed listening to the interview before you, man. The spirits were super high, and really love that cat. Also, I put out the EP, The Uprising, with Tim Ripper Owens on a brand new label called Crunchy Western Records out of Houston. So that was our little appetizer and for Heaviest Texas. And then Heaviest Texas will be the second effort from Crunchy Western Records. And you can check out crunchywesternrecords.com, or also check, the Facebook page. And that right there within those mediums, you can pretty much get all the information you need and want.
Cool. Marzi, dude, again, the work you're doing out there is tremendous. Like I sit and watch your Facebook page with your updates, and as it was going on with the storm and all, and you were like really right afterwards, and you were posting like a lot of the videos of, the floods and the people, like as they were cleaning through the houses and all. I mean, to see it like that, it's so eye-opening, and what you're doing out there.
And those were all friends, babe. Those were all personal people. Those were like reposts from people that I actually knew. There was, you know, and at this point, any one of us knows it. Thank you, man.
Absolutely.
Thank
Marzi,
you for
thank
recognizing.
you.
But you know what I say, man? I gave one of my guitars to a buddy of mine. I found out in Beaumont that had lost his guitar, you know. And, you know, he was, like, taken back by it. He was like, man, I can't take your guitar. You know, I was like, man, you know, it's real simple. You would have done the same thing for me. That's how it is. And I'm pretty sure that you, babe, would have done the same thing as I am doing. A good friend of mine always said, real knows real. And that's how it is, man. Good gravitates towards good, bad towards bad. That's just like a magnetic field. I'm not judging. I'm just saying that's just how the universe functions. Right. And I want to congratulate you on your 250 mark. Totally Driven Radio is, you know, it's East Coast, but we're bringing Texas to you, man. We're bringing Texas to you, and I'm going to be your Texas chapter representing. And I appreciate your hard work and your effort and the love that you put into it, man.
Thank you.
Due to the love that you put out there, you know, voices like mine and others, you know, that put art, time, and effort into creating art that, you know, is heard. And I thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank
you for having me.
Absolutely.
And hey, cheers to another 250, huh?
Absolutely. And I can't wait to get you back on because I can sit and talk music with you for hours.
Absolutely. Well, here, man, cheers to your next guest, and cheers to you, and congrats again. Hey, with all the Marzi Army, Totally Driven Radio, all the blessings.
Thank you.
You be good.
Take care, Marzi.
You take care, baby.
Be safe out there.
You too, my brother. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, everybody, there he goes. Marzi Montazeri. What a friggin' dude. That dude's amazing. Seriously, people need to see what he's doing out there and listen to his music to boot, because that's just the icing on the cake for an amazing human being that he is. So it's truly eye-opening what I've been seeing, what he's been putting out there on social media. It's crazy.